exactly. You're a safe space. Yeah. Yeah, because exactly. Because I'm not trying to get anything from anybody, you know. I don't want pictures. I've been sent, honestly, and my wife's seen some of them, so and I tell her all about them anyway. But I've been sent so many pictures of all kinds of things. I leave it up to your imagination, and people don't believe it, and like friends of mine don't believe it, close friends. And I've actually shown some of the pictures, not all of them, obviously, because I'm not that guy. You know, just because somebody sends you a picture and whatever else doesn't mean to say that you should go forward it around to everybody. You know, but I, I showed it because they're like, yeah, shut up. No one's going to send you a picture. Blah 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 blah. And then they're kind of stunned afterwards, and it's like, damn, it actually does happen. And it's like, I told you, you know, it's really bizarre. I just think these days that television, radio, well, not anybody listens to the radio much anymore. The internet and everything else, culture is showing people how they should be living. You know, like programs like, and I hate this program, I really do. Programs like Geordie Shore and the Kardashians and whatever else, right? They're teaching people that if you're like them, you'll be rich and famous, and that's the way that you have to be in this world. So people don't actually get the chance of making their own identities these days because they become sheeple. Because, if they're doing it, we must be able to do it. And yeah, at least that's my thoughts on it. Because this paint is horrible. But having all of my rants and moaning about the way things are today, I also want to point out something else. I could be the one who's wrong. Like I've always said, I'm not ignorant enough to think that I know everything and I know the right answers for everything. I'm confident enough to voice my opinions, but I'm also confident in the fact that if somebody was to challenge my opinions and I agreed with them, I'm confident enough to change my mind. Come on. I hope there's not too much of this red left to do, because this is a pain in the arse using this. I think when I'm finished, I normally save the paint, you know, in case I get another painting that comes along that has a similar colour. I didn't this time when I did the last one. My missus threw them away because you got to declutter. You can't keep everything, you know. And it was like, okay, remember when we decluttered? Well, now I've got to go and buy paint. And she was like, oh, yeah, well, that's all right. You can do it this time. I said, okay, no worries. She never wants to admit that I'm right and she's wrong. Yeah, this bit. It's a nice colour red, though. I'll give it that. You should see my craft room. I used to be a florist, so I have quite a collection of stuff. Yeah, do you know, I'm embarrassed to, if I let you see my computer room now, you'd be like, oh, come on, Mark. You've spent all that money and it's been such a short amount of time and it looks like that? Really? Well, the issue that I've got at the moment is that all of my wiring is in and it's just temporary. It's just dangling there in just this huge mess of like wires. And I'm not going to put them up until I have finished with everything that I need to bring in here and the exact placement of the stuff where it needs to go. Because I will be sodded if I'm going to sit here and make all the time to cable manage everything and then find out that something don't work and I've got to undo it all. That would drive me up the bloody wall. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. Although I have to be honest, me and my wife, I did ask her today if she could give us a hand, because obviously there's certain things I can't do, like bend or anything useful. Is that I'd like to get my bedroom tidied up this weekend and clear out a cupboard in our bedroom. And I want to come in here and I actually just want to tidy the room. Get rid of all of the rubbish, put away stuff that needs to be put away, put stuff where it needs to go. If there's shelving that needs doing, we need to put them up. And I'd like to get that done this weekend, because I've also got some computer stuff to do, because I've had to buy a bigger hard drive for my film PC where I do my video editing. Because at night when I finished, I transfer my streams to there, and then I get into bed and I use whatever programs I use to connect to my computers in the house. And then I usually lay in bed and I put my headphones on while she's falling asleep and I video edit. And then I upload them to YouTube before I go to sleep. So when I wake up in the morning, I can label them, put thumbnails on them, and then release them. Which has been a bit awkward for me just recently with my YouTube videos. And anybody that's watching this on YouTube and that's suffering from that, I genuinely apologize. It's not done on purpose. It's not because I don't want to release content and I don't want to stream. I do. I'm just going through a really rough time at the moment, and I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to figure out what's wrong, just like with this bloody paint. But as of yet, I don't seem to have found a cure. I had a good day the other day, as you all know. That's why I came on. I actually was on my day off. I had a good day, so I figured, like, sod it, I feel good. Come on and do something. But it's kind of got to me yesterday a bit, but I fought through it, and today's been a little worse. And I was really debating whether or not to come on. And I was like, you've all been telling me for ages, if you can't do it, stop. So that is the exact thing that I'm doing now. If I get to a point where it's a bit much for me, or I'm too tired and I have to stop, I'm just going to stop. Like my friends keep telling me, it isn't a job. You're not getting paid for it. If it was, maybe you could look at it differently. This is your hobby and you do it purely for fun. And he's right. And my wife's right as well. There, I said it. I finally said it. My wife is right about something. That's going to come back to bite me in the backside. Let me assure you all. Ow. It's my head. This one. Come on. Get in there. Get that done. Perfect. Perfect. Right. Is that a... No, that's a 12. So, I bet that one was a 15. Let's change colour. And we're going to do a 12 next. Where is the 12? There we go. I'm so proud. Oh, why are you proud of me? Just like everyone else. Just struggling. Just trying to get through life as best as possible. Where is the number 12? I thought there was more number 12s than that one. Was that this? Oh, it might have been. Yeah, this was a number 12 as well. I'm sure of it. For saying your wife was right. I should keep you for that. I mean, you know, when she's right, she's right. It doesn't happen very often, just like an eclipse. But you know, it's undeniable when she is. I'm in a good mood, you know, despite feeling the way I do. I'm in a good mood. She bought me an Aston Martin, a Lego one. You know, I mean, there's only certain things that she could do that could top that. Right, we'll leave it up to your imagination, right? But that was definitely up there. I'm an easy man to please. Ow, 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 ow. All right. I'm kind of glad we got that bit done now. Let me just move that out of the way so I can see it. Yeah, it's coming along really well. It's actually looking good. So that there was another 15, you son of a biscuit. I knew there was. Yeah, I also apologise. A couple of people messaged me and said, God, I didn't know you swore. I was like, mate, I'm an ex-mechanic and I'm a Londoner, right? I swear more than most of you lot put together. I just choose to not swear as much on stream because I want to keep myself accessible. You know, we can all F and Jeff and blind and whatever else all the time, but a lot of people just do it now because they're so used to it being their second nature. It is my second nature just to swear all the time. Sometimes I slip up, but I just try and keep myself as accessible to everybody as possible because there are some people out there that don't actually appreciate somebody swearing, but don't mind the occasional swear when it's like warranted. Right, it's this one here, and that is that's another bloody. Is that another 15? Hold on a minute. So there's an 8. Where is it? It's gone here. So there's a 12, 10, 4. Am I actually on the right one? Yeah, that is it. Oh, have I gone and painted that the wrong? And another one that doesn't have. Alright. Well, what colour are we using here? We'll use that for it. Yes. So there's nothing else there touching it. So that's a number 4. That's got to be a 15. Alright, let's do that. Is that? That's not the same as that. Is the same as that, isn't it? Is it? No, it's not. That's darker. Okay. Yeah, we'll do this in the 15. Why not? I think that was actually the right one to use. That's the pain of these paint by numbers sometimes. You know, even the cheat sheet doesn't have a number on it. So, and it's also another thing that makes the picture unique because maybe no one else has decided to paint that particular number the colour I've done it. Probably because the one I've chosen was probably wrong. But, you know, I stand by my statement. It's unique. I should actually. I can't. I was going to say I should actually start recording my audio on a different track. So if it isn't loud enough, I should be able to manipulate it. But then I just realised my VODs later on would have no music on them. Never understood why streamers just want to constantly play DMCA music and get away with it, you know, by doing that. Because your VOD's useless after that. Maybe I'm the one that's wrong. I like to go back and watch what I've done. Perfect. That looked really good. I'm really not happy with these dots in the canvas. They're a pain. Oh well, never mind. Well, that's the very centre of this done now. So that's good at the very. Oh, number 1 and a number 8. Number 1. Damn, you're number 1. Then the number 8, and then that finishes off that flower. Woohoo! Number 8. There. perfect, or as perfect as it's going to get. All right, I was just doing number 8, wasn't I? So that's number 8 there. Okay, all right, well, that was the next one. All right, let's start getting rid of some of these big bits, I suppose. I love doing the big bits because it really starts to make the picture come alive. And when you sit back and you look at it, because so much of the canvas is no longer white, it's like, wow, that was a huge transformation. It's kind of why I leave the big bits till the last and get the little integral bits out of the way. It's like my friend Don, he keeps saying to me, "Hey, you finished that bloody thing yet?" It's like, you don't realise how long they take. Maybe if I spent a little bit extra time doing them every day, I would have had this done beforehand. But you see, I paint by numbers as a stress reliever and for something that I enjoy doing. And there's two problems with that. Is that one is that they do hurt my back. I'm not going to lie to you all, they do hurt my back. They because of me constantly like bending forward and stuff, and my neck placement and whatever, it does start to hurt. So that's why I know when I'm getting near the hour and a half to 2 hour mark, because my neck starts to really hurt. And the other one is that I never want to do these and feel pressured to do it, if that makes any sense. I always want to do it because I want to do it. There are times I could sit here, actually not specifically here, like when I was in bed and stuff, and I could move the painting somewhere where I was comfortable, and I'd spend 10, 14, 15 hours straight doing this, because I just get in that mindset and in that groove, and I'm just really enjoying doing it, you know. But I'm kind of happy with like the hour and a half, 2 hours that I've been doing just recently. It just means that the picture takes a lot longer. But at the end of it all, you end up with a really nice picture, and the self-satisfaction that you did that. You know, and who doesn't like to create stuff? And then the bigger buzz of it is when someone comes along and they go, "Oh, I like that picture, it's really nice. Where'd you get it?" And then you say, "I painted it." And then they're like, "Really?" And it's like, "Yeah." And then I tell them, you know, it's paint by numbers. I'm no shill in that way. I don't just like plagiarize other people's work. And then they usually tell me, "Oh, you're so talented." And I said, "No," I said, "it's basically an adult colouring book." Anyone could do it. And then you usually get that one of, "Oh, I don't have the patience or the time to do it." And it's like, but you do. Everyone does. You know, you can't tell me that out of all of the hours in the day, you couldn't take some aside for something for yourself to do. You know? People don't really read books anymore. My daughter-in-law, Christ, she reads some books. She just munches through them faster than I do, like a huge amount faster. I wish I could do it. I do. They say like, "Oh, the more you read, the faster you become, the better it becomes." It's rubbish. I've been reading books for years and I'm still like a bloody tortoise. And what's weird is I can actually speed read. Like I don't do it when I'm reading a book, but I miss out certain words because I get the gist of what they're trying to say, you know. But to me, when I'm reading a book, I'd like to read the book, and you know, the gist of the book is what the author has written, not what I interpret it to be. Maybe I'm a weird one for that. Yeah, I mean, I think it's stipulated at this point. I'm definitely a weird one. like I'm currently reading the True Blood trilogy. Now, I've watched the TV series, as I've said before, but the book is so much better. Just at the point where Suki is gone to the bar, and the vampire is she's there to find out if the vampire's lying or not, and then Bill kills the vampire that goes for Suki because he's outed her. And yeah, it's just so much gorier, believe it or not, and I don't know, just better written in the book. I'm not slamming the TV show. The TV show's fantastic. I've watched it a couple of times. It's well worth watching. There's a couple of seasons in there that went a bit stupid, in my opinion, but you know, it's fantasy. Not everything you're going to agree with, I guess. It's all down to interpretation, but I decided to stick with it, and it turned out to be a really good TV series. Stephanie Myers, I believe, is the author. I could be wrong on that. If I am, if somebody could let me know, I'd appreciate it. But yeah, I've been enjoying it. I finished reading one of the Witcher books. That was really good. Not what I expected. Not what I expected, to be honest. Still good, but yeah, it was weird. Like, the adaptation for the TV series definitely took a different turn than what the book did. But in my opinion, the best books I've read were the Harry Potter ones. Obviously not across the board, but the way that they did the books as opposed to the film is stunning. And for any Harry Potter fan out there, you need to read the books. It's as simple as that. You just have to.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Who's that? Bradley! How you doing, buddy? Lovely to see you in here. I've just been droning on as I normally do. What you been up to? And what have you got planned? Anything devilishly exciting, worth reporting to the world? Yeah, right. I'm okay. Just got back from shopping. Ooh, what did you buy? Lots of things and stuff, I would imagine. Is it food shopping? Is it clothes shopping? Was it Ann Summers shopping? You know, that can be a thing too. Did you get yourself a little G-string? Let's get this big bit done. Why does it look like it does that on the side? All right, so we'll just come down to this point here, because it looks like that changes a bit, which I'll have to do a tad later with a different brush. Do that there. Stuff to make more strawberry truffle. Oh, there's my man. That's a man after my heart. Oh, trifle. Oh, tomorrow we got Sunday roast with all the trimmings. Whoa, can't wait for that. Because as I've said to you all before on many occasions, my wife is a fantastic cook. And I've been fasting, so hopefully I'll lose weight. Want to come round, we could share. Yeah, well, I'd love to, you know. I think you're a little far away from me, though. Something tells me that. And then with me having the inability of really going outside much, although I even though I feel really tired today and whatever, I am going to try and go out with my missus today, because I haven't been out for a while now. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to die from the way that I feel. And quite frankly, if I did, at least I went trying, right? So I'd like to be able to get out in the car today, go down the seafront, even if it's for 10 minutes. It's 10 minutes more than I've done in the last few days. Got to keep that train rolling. You could deliver. Oh, nice. I prefer chicken. Didn't. Shh. You could deliver. Oh, please yourself. Coming on here really makes my day. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I do. You know, I honestly don't see myself as anything special. I'm just me. I'm just another human being. But I think what makes me stand out from the rest is that I also share and I'm honest. You know, I don't see the point in lying. It's just because, you know, lying is a whole lot of energy to keep the lie going. And it is too exhausting. And there's one thing with a lie, no matter how good it is, at some point, the truth will always find a way of coming out. So I decided, you know what? Don't do it. If my missus looked fat in a dress or in bottoms or whatever else, I'd tell her. Not to hurt her feelings, but if I recognise it, other people are going to recognise it. And if I recognise it, whereas I'm going to tell her, everyone else will be like, oh my God, did you see her? She looks like this, she looks like that. I'm not having it. So I'll be the one to take the flak. I don't do it to be horrible. I agree with you. The truth never hurts, and it doesn't cost a thing. And yeah, no, it's true. But sometimes people have that ethos, right? Which is good. I completely endorse the truth. I think sometimes that people tend to use the truth in a horrible way. You know, like for argument's sake, if somebody's ugly, for argument's sake, you know, oh, you're ugly. Great. That's not anything they can really do anything about. So you outlining that to somebody that was completely obvious to probably everybody isn't going to do that person any good. Do you understand what I mean? So there are times that you kind of have to be polite. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think everyone's beautiful because of who they are. Right, but I also understand like people looking beautiful. But I'm going to use Furious as an example here. If Furious had sent me what she sent me, and she wasn't particularly attractive, right? I would have said, "Oh, you're gorgeous, you're fine," and everything else, and I would have just left it there, and I would have, you know, moved on to, you know, other qualities, you know, and not given like a false representation. But when I see Furious, she's gorgeous. And so I can focus on saying that because it's true.